So I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. At least that's my plan. My plan is to get in a lot of trouble with it.
So that's an actual goal.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
There's been a lot of there's a it's I've noticed since I started making videos and receiving comments, and I'm sure you've noticed this too. There's a lot of people that are very stuck in a very black and white scenarios for how things can
Oh,
be.
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
the truth is, there's a million ways to do everything. Um, I've got a lot of successful planted tanks without using dirt. You've got a lot of successful planted tanks using dirt. There's and one way might be more optimal than another way, but but neither is wrong completely.
That's
Uh,
absolutely right. And that I think that's one of the beauties of the hobby. It's a hermit's hobby. This is something we do all by ourselves with
so
nobody
true.
else around, and we get to play God. We get to do whatever we want to do in that little aquarium to try to figure out how to keep these guys alive and thriving.
That's
And you're
so
right.
true.
There's really no right way. There's what you develop and what you figure out. I
So
think
in a way, it's sort of unnatural to take all these things that you've done and then show them to thousands of people.
I have. Well, I tell you, here's the key though. The reason I do it is because so many people fail. The failure rate in this hobby is astounding. I estimate it's well over 90% failure rate.
Oh
And
wow!
the reason is they go into a store, typically a big box store. They walk out with a bag of fish, a tank, and a bag of gravel, a filter, a pump, and a light. And they put it all together. And 2 days later, they're back in the store because everything died. So they get some more. They bring them in, bring them home, put them in the tank. 2 days later, they're back in the store because everything died. The third time this happens, they quit, or they'll go looking for help if they
Yeah.
really are motivated, and maybe they'll get help and maybe they won't. I have countless people, and I found it in the shop. I'm finding it here on YouTube. Countless people that say, my God, I'm so thankful I found you because I tried this system. It seems stupid to put dirt in your tank, but I did it and it works, and my tank is beautiful, and I'm so happy. So
Or
that's why I do it.
I meet so many people that don't realize that you can put plants in. They assume that every plant they see in an aquarium is a fake plant. And it's so funny when they come to I'll see somebody walk up to one of my aquariums that's maybe even not doing too well. They'll have some dead leaves and some holes in it and yellow. And are those real plants? I'm like, you think people would make
Yeah,
plants that look like that, covered with algae and
right.
But
Yeah, and the
I
thing is, if you don't have plants, you don't have anything approximating a balanced tank, or for that matter, a healthy tank. So you're struggling then with maintaining a very synthetic, very artificial environment for fish that don't like being in an artificial environment. And if you work at it really hard and you pay attention really well and you do all of the ABCD stuff, you can keep them alive for a while. But the second you miss a beat, the fish get sick. And by the second beat, they're dead.
right.
People fail because they don't have a frame of reference for what that aquarium really ought to be.
It's a really deep subject too. I think that's why people flock to YouTube for more information, is because there's really a lot to know, uh, and it goes deep. I think once you get the basics, you kind of get this thing makes more sense once
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
about the nitrogen cycle and stuff. All these things that we're talking about start to make sense, but it's a big step initially,
Yeah,
probably a bigger step than most people think about when they're at PetSmart looking
yeah,
at that 10
exactly.
gallon tank.
And in the beginning, they need a way to set it up that's going to work, that's going to be successful, that's not going to be crazy labor intensive, that they're not going to be able to fail by doing, some little thing. That's just going to be, it's going to be stable, it's going to be healthy, it's going to work. And that's really what this is doing. It's giving a brand new person a chance at a good solid start.
Hey folks, thanks for watching this short clip from the Water Change Companion. The full version of this video will be available this Sunday or right now if you're on Patreon. See you then.